Let me remove this from your views, because I don't want to have the Mohammed's people bad eyeing my cup of mushroom coffee. Mushroom coffee, it makes you feel good. I'm not promoting mushroom coffee, but seriously, I'm removing it from view because we have a lot of bad people that usually tunes into my show, and they like saying that, oh, I don't watch that guy, I don't watch that racist, that bigot, that fake Indian, but yet they know what I say on my show. Anyway, since a lot of you are getting ready to view, thanks a lot for being there, the faithful few. Thank you. And please, while you watch, click on the like button. You know that button where you can see this thumbs up stuff? I like it. It's currency for me. Thank you for the love. Yes, yes. Let me have the love. I'm still Dr. Love, you know, to some extent, because it's out of love for Guyana. I do what I do. So technically, I'm still the lover boy, the lover man, love for country, the patriot. But today, it's some serious things going down, and I would spend the rest of the show talking about it. So share the live while you watch. Encourage others to watch. Tell them don't, cover your ears. If you realize he's going to say, cover your ears. Or cover your ears, to the religious people. The perfect ones amongst us. Those who don't cuss their children, don't cuss the side chick, don't cuss the man who wants to sleep with the wife, don't cuss the envious boyfriend, don't cuss their co-workers, don't cuss their clients and customers, don't cuss out on social media. They don't say the F word in bed. They don't say the B word in bed. Those who are perfect in every way, cover your ears if you realize that I'm going to cuss. In that case, you can stay tuned to the program. After all, what else does Dr. El Prasad does? I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I cuss. Can I at least have that? Thank you. See, you're good people. Now, he's at it again. He is at it again. Can we just have a GoFundMe for the billionaire and his father so we can raise first class ticket money and put them on American Airlines en route to Florida? I'm going to be the first to donate. I would donate $1. All we need is about 1,000 people. That's all. Let's just give them, since they don't want to use their own money, let's just help them out. Can we do that? Help them out and let them get on the plane and just go and relax. Go on vacation forever. Oh, I speak of Azruddin Mohammed and his father, Nazar Shell Mohammed. And if we have some extra money, I'll put $2. If we have some extra money, let's buy a economy ticket for Hannah. For Hannah. Can we do that, please? Then they can send the husband back to Russia. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I'm Dr. L. Prasad. A lot of folks have been telling me, why haven't you read from the other books? I mean, you're just reading from Prince Ali, the President. Do you have any idea how much enemies that I got myself because of this one book? Prince Ali, the President. Because of this one book, you have no idea. I'm talking enemies locally and internationally. You have no idea. And all along, I thought that these were my friends. Not friends, but, people that were above a certain emotion. This one book, in the past few weeks, avenues that I've had that were, much were not coming from the avenues, but at least a reliable flow of income. Practically all the avenues commented on things I wrote in the book. And for some reason, I can't reach them now. They stopped the funding. So I can only draw a conclusion that, I never promoted Ali as a god. Never. What's the jealousy about? Are you jealous of me or are you jealous of Ali? I don't know which one is it, but I tell you, it wasn't pleasant. But at least the universe revealed unto me who these bitches are that I thought all the time were sincere in their hearts. If one book caused them to shun me, 2, 3, and the 2 more is with the publishing. I should have copies soon, but they're already online, available on Amazon. 5 books. I have to hire security guard, bodyguards. Because if one caused that amount of emotions and bitterness towards me, now that I have 5 books officially on Amazon, I am the author of 5 books. I have to have some bodyguards. On the basis of that, jealousy is a stupid thing. It is worse than a nuclear bomb. It is stupid. It is nasty. Seriously. You folks have no idea how much pain my manuscript took me for years. One of my eyes is still being treated. For the many nights I've been writing in cursor and on plain paper, on computer. You have no idea. And because it seems like I'm now getting out to publish these books, it's breathing enemies. What is better? Is it better for me to throw some, barbecue, hire some cult singer from Jamaica or wherever, and poison your sons and daughters with alcohol and give them a room where they can go undercover, dim of night, whine on each other, fuck each other, get diseases, promote that kind of show for one night? Is that what society wants these days? For you to embrace everything that is immoral? Is that it? That I'm dealing with something academic that is practically immortal, and I have enemies because of books? What's that? What's that about? A lot of you should be happy. I'm encouraging people to read, to study, to do research, to challenge ideas. That's what I'm doing. That offends you? Or is it jealousy? If you claim to be a friend of mine or an associate or whatever, and you have expressed such bitterness after my books have been published, you need to question your own moral stand. as to why. Why? But like I said, let's get something from there. Prince Ali and the President, the invisible enemy. Well, at least I knew now that I have a lot. They were invisible all the time, but I'm glad that the book has revealed a lot of them. I'm just going to read from chapter 1. Okay? And the format of these books, it's a modern idea so that it encourages people to read. You know, the sentences are not crammed together to scare people off. They look too many words, too many sentences. The book is too thick that they're like, oh my gosh, you know human beings. So I'll just read a piece here. Before the shift, before anything changed, there was a vision of reality that felt stable, not perfect, but steady enough to trust. Leadership at the time carried a tone that felt grounded. It did not rely on distance to command authority. It relied on connection. There was something human in it, something accessible. And that accessibility created belief, not forced belief, but natural alignment. People did not just follow direction, they understood it. And understanding is what creates loyalty. But loyalty, when it's built on perception, is fragile, not weak, just dependent on consistency. I need to stop there. All right, that's the first chapter, Prince Ali and the President, the invisible enemy. So what is now on Amazon is Prince Ali and the President, Volume 4, Chedi, Righteousness. You really need to read that book. Following that, what has been released is Prince Ali and the President, 19 Ways to Grow Rich. I want to give you a bit on that volume there. It may have had something to do with the 19 fake charges. Let me sip some coffee. You know, I talked last week about, for the first time, the so-called 19 charges that they keep pushing and saying, oh, you don't want to talk about it because it's PPP, because it's Ali, because of this, you're biased, you're this. I've avoided it for a long time because I was busy with the book. So when I completed that, I thought now is the time to address the 19 charges. That's why I addressed it when I addressed it, because the manuscript was finished. I didn't want to focus energy to that. And the 19 charges, the funny part is, when I studied the whole thing, and I went way back to the time when what it surrounded, I understood the emotions from the PNC. It was a threat that we got to try to stop this guy from getting the leadership of the party so that he could not run for election, because they were trying to block what is happening today. Hence the 19 charges for land. So I got the idea. Titled the book, 19 Ways to Grow Rich under the Irfan Ali administration. You know, Mr. President, I hope you read this one. If you haven't read the one I left for you, you should read this one. And after you will have read this edition, which is the recent edition, you should give me an award. Just give me an award. I don't want contracts. Just an award. Because I don't think there's anybody who could have explained what you're doing with and for Guyana as what I've done in the book. If you haven't read it, you should read it. Mr. President. Oh, Irfan Ali. You should. I'm not sending a copy. You should support my work and buy a copy on Amazon. I'm serious. Buy a copy. Support the brother. It's not expensive, it's cheap. Get one of the guys to go on Amazon and order a copy. But you should. Now, we listen to, welcome back, Vice President Barajaglio. Welcome back. It's good to see you, that you are in good health. Your voice is perfect again. And you look good. You always look good. There was a time when I was not hearing the Mohammeds calling your name much. So I was kind of scared. I thought, did he went into retirement again? He just turned vice president for the second time. Why isn't he responding? Because obviously Azruddin wants his attention. So when I saw you early today, I thought, that's the man. That's the greatest politician in Guyana's history. Barajaglio, Dr. Barajaglio. Welcome back, sir. Guyana's greatest politician. The category. We have Cheddi Jagan, the father of the nation, the founder of modern Guyana. We have Barajaglio, the greatest politician of modern Guyana. And of course, we have President Irfan Ali, the greatest president and ambassador and public relations man and marketing director for Guyana, President Irfan Ali. There was nobody else in the history of Guyana that has marketed. Grab this. Nobody else in Guyana's history has ever marketed, sold, promoted, advertised using himself, his voice, his ability to speak than President Irfan Ali. God didn't make a mistake when he caused and protected Ali in 2020 and rose him up to the status of the leader of the nation. God didn't make a mistake. God knew what he was doing, because Guyana needed someone to market its potential, her potential. Nobody else could have done what Ali is doing today. Nobody else. The whole world knows that Guyana existed because of Irfan Ali. Don't tell me oil. Do you know how many countries has oil that we never heard about? Don't say it's oil. He came at the right time. Providence. So thank you, Irfan Ali, President Irfan Ali. We thank you for that. And I hope after the next election, since you can't have a third term, I hope you'll be vice president. Because we can't have a vice president for 3 terms. If you can't have a president for 3 terms, you should not have a vice president for 3 terms. So since somebody else will be the president, you, sir, should be the vice president. And let the progress continue. We need that. So Vice President Barajaglio, we thank you for clearing up the air, for coming on board and saying what you've said. And yes, the country, locally and abroad, are paying attention, getting involved in the program and policies of your government. We are seeing what the government is doing. You don't have to tell us. We are seeing. Elections are over. And yes, you're not in the capacity as General Secretary right now. You're in the capacity as Vice President. So you're not politicking. You don't have to politic. You don't need to do that because elections is over. That's the contrast with you and that idiot, that dumb scunt. Cover your ears. He is still politicking. He can't get over the fact that he is not president. He's going around the country like he is president. So that's a very powerful sentence you have made there, Vice President. You're in a capacity now as the Vice President, so you're busy with the business of governance, planning and executing, fulfilling the promises of the manifesto that you promoted while you were there in the capacity as General Secretary. That's a clever politician. That's why you are the greatest. Unfortunately, you have to deal with this thing, this human that was assigned idiot at birth. Let me repeat that. Unfortunately, Vice President Barajaglio, you have to deal with this idiot, Azruddin Mohammed, this human Azruddin Mohammed, that was assigned idiot at birth. That's his pronoun, idiot. Male nor female, just fucking idiot. And you have to deal with that. We all have to deal with that, not just you, sir. We all have to. But I understand, and I'm happy that it didn't cause you to get scared with the whole obia cancer thing they keep spreading towards your way. It's good that the universe protected you as well. So we can have you back to continue the business in public now of running the country. But we get it. What is also good that you have made mention of is that Guyana must understand, despite all that has been offered, when I hear the figure 12,000 small contractors apply for projects, I was like, wow. Can you imagine that? That's your country. Those who are watching right now, from wherever you are, your country, Guyana, has amongst its population over 12,000 skilled professional contractors. 12,000, which means that all of these contractors, they cannot bid unless they have a company registered, verified, vetted in line with the tax department, the legal department, well structured. They can't apply unless they are approved or they meet all of these standards. So in Guyana, on record, you have over 12,000 legitimate businesses, small businesses, that is, contracting firms. It's amazing. Amazing what Ali can do. Oh, yes, it's Ali. This I'm going to blame on Ali. This is all Ali. Forcing people to grow with the economy. From 2020 to 2026, 12,000. And that's just what's on record. There are thousands more who just didn't bother to apply. But what we know of, contractors, that's just contractors. Just contractors. You see why Guyana is building and booming? Because Guyana has the skills, the know-how, the personnel, the expertise within its population to build the country. And what the People's Progressive Party government is and has been doing is giving them an opportunity to build their own country via the contracts. That's what they've been doing. It's encouraging Guyanese now to educate themselves, to equip themselves, to guard, to armor themselves with the necessary tools to contribute to the development of their own country, thanks to the PPP. And we all know, under the PNC, we had so many sleeper talent, skilled personnel, because they just didn't have a reason to wake up. They just forgot about the good part of them because there was no scope for them to invest their education, their talent. They left and went to other countries to develop the other country because the opportunities were there. What PNC did? Forget APNU, PNC. When is PNC? APNU is PNC. What they did is that they gave contracts, like 10,000 contracts, to the cabinet of Granger. The ministers in Granger's cabinet, they got the 10,000 contracts. And they're the ones who give it out to their side chick, their second, third, fourth side chick. And those who are into same-sex relationship, they give to their man, they give to their family. Yeah, they did that. But the People's Progressive Party, right now, since 2020 to now, they have been building and encouraging, so all the Guyanese who was overlooked for years found a reason to return to their country, and those who were there quit the 9 to 5 they were doing and say, hey, they didn't educate themselves in engineering, civil engineering, contracting, masonry to do security or to work in a Chinese store. No. Now they have the opportunity. And now great things have come. Their blessing has arrived thanks to Irfan Ali. So now they are making Guyana great. The blessing that has arrived, which is the president of Guyana, Irfan Ali, together all these 12,000 plus are making Guyana great. Hats off to the Ali regime. Read the recent book, The 19 Ways to Grow Rich, and you'll understand. You'll understand. The best example I've had in my life that has inspired most of what I've penned in my book is by observing the average Indo-Guyanese. And not just Indo-Guyanese, Indian people generally. Observing, being a part of the culture, being influenced by the upbringing. I registered everything in my mind. So it was easy for me to formulate volume 5 under that heading. It was easy. It took me a while, but the point is, I've encouraged others before. If, let's say, if being a Muslim isn't working for you, you've been a Muslim all your life, you've done everything you needed to do, and your neighbor is a Hindu, and your neighbor is moving ahead 100 times the pace, maybe it's not your neighbor, maybe it's your religion. Maybe you should just quit being a Muslim and just be a Hindu. Follow the ways of the Hindus and you will grow like them. If I should use an example, if being the typical Negro, with your mindset and all of that, if it's not helping you to grow, to build, to aspire, to dream, to achieve, maybe it's time to forget the whole black thing, the whole brotherhood, sisterhood, the whole culture. Maybe it's time to forget that. It's not working. Look at the continent of Africa. It's not working. Look at every country where they have black neighborhoods. It is not working. The most depressed neighborhoods in any country on earth. Any country on earth. The most impoverished, depressed, criminally oriented, toxic, violent neighborhood, high crime, high disease, high prostitution, high sexuality, high lesbianism, you name it. It's the black neighborhoods. It's a matter of fact. So if you realize that living in those conditions hasn't helped your grandparents nor your parents, it's time you move out. Move out. Leave it behind. Go into a white neighborhood, an Indian neighborhood, a Chinese neighborhood, and adapt their style, adapt their thinking, adapt their lifestyle, adapt their way of doing things, and you will see the difference. Don't hate. Don't push racism and division against these people. Join them and prosper like them. You should read the book. I didn't say that in the book, but you'll get the message. Read the book. One of the things that the vice president said is the government has allocated 600 billion towards building 40,000 homes. They have built a lot before. This is money allocated for future 40,000 homes, 600 billion. I want you, the supporters of WIN, he got 100 and something thousand votes, right? 101 or 2 votes. Of the money that Azruddin Mohammed has robbed and is still to be punished for, you, the people of Guyana, you, the taxpayers of Guyana, he has robbed on record and yet to be held accountable and to reimbursed the Guyanese people 191 billion Guyana dollars of your taxpayers' money. The PPP government is taking 600 billion of your money to build you 40,000 homes. If Azruddin wants to buy more votes, like he's busy doing right now, 191 billion Guyana dollars, if we should do the math, it will give you 191 billion, 12,300, let's say 12,300. 191 billion will give you 12,300 homes. From the 100,000 that Azruddin claimed he got votes, he can build homes for over 12,000 of those people with the money he robbed the state. He can build homes with that because the government is doing the same. The government is building 40,000 homes with 600 billion. He owes the country 191 billion and wouldn't pay it. From that, he can build 12,000 homes. Supporters of WIN, why don't you pressure him to do that? Instead of using the money that he owes the state, your taxpayers' dollars, to sponsor birthday parties for old people, to try to bribe black women to keep quiet, to sponsor dead people to stay on ice so that he can get his agenda pushed, to go and plan protest and plan conspiracy programs in the interior regions. Instead of doing that with your taxpayers' dollars, tell him to pay the bloody money that he owes you, the taxpayers, so the government can take the 191 with the 600 billion, and you have 40 plus 12, 52,000. 52,000 homes the government can build, which is 12,000 more will get homes before the end of Ali's second term. Why don't we have a protest and call for the Mohammeds to pay that money that they owe? They have it. They have the money. He has enough assets that can be sold to recover that money. Plus, they have a lot of money. This is what he wants to promote, that he's the better candidate, right? That he's the better person. He's better than Ali. He's transparent. Oh, he's not Alan Nandalal. He's not Jagdev. He's better than these people. He's better than Ali. So prove that you are better, Mohammed. Let the Guyanese have 12,000 homes extra with the money that you stole. Then you can go with a clear conscience to the United States and enjoy your retirement there in the federal prison. Go ahead. Get it done. You see, that's how you need to think, Win supporters. That's how you need to think. Don't throw emotions because you want to, oh, I hate Ali, oh, I this. Who gives a shit if you hate Ali? Who gives a shit? The only elections that's coming up is the local government elections. That's the only elections that's coming up. And yes, the CCJ, let's deal with them a bit, is the Supreme Court of the Caribbean. Okay? The Supreme Court for 4 countries. Guyana, Belize, Barbados, and what's the other one again? The Supreme Court. So if the Supreme Court instructed our High Court in Guyana to stop any further trials over the Mohammed's extradition case, put it to stop. I need you to get this very clear. The Supreme Court of the Caribbean, the Caribbean Court of Justice, they can hold that case for months. For months. Because they have to meet. All the judges would have to meet to discuss the case. If one judge is not available, they have to postpone it. All of them has to be available. They have to set it at a time where everyone is available. And if they don't want to have that done, this can prolong till next year. When they have that done, and then all the judges, they find everybody to come and, okay, let's discuss, let's talk about this thing now. That's not the end of it. Then each and every one of them has to give their report. They have to write a report based on their decision on this matter. That will take a long time. When they do decide, then they have to come to a vote. They have to vote which way to go. Extradite, not to extradite. And if they don't have a unanimous vote, meaning they have more for than against, that can take years. The fact is, it is with the Supreme Court of CARICOM. No emergency, no. They're not in a hurry. This is an extradition of a citizen from a CARICOM country by a non-CARICOM country. This can prolong for years because it's not an emergency to them. Whilst that is happening, the Mohammeds are creating chaos in Guyana. Chaos. They are very vulnerable. There are very many vulnerable people in Guyana that any least touch and when anything can go in, even a junkie can go in. What happens in that regards? They come on social media. They violate the privileges that they have been given by coming on a site that was invented by Jews, sponsored by Jews, run by white people, supported by the Chinese. And they use that platform to spread and push evil, division, violence, and crime against a country that has afforded them the life that they never thought possible under the PNC. I'm talking about Facebook. I'm talking about TikTok. I'm talking about YouTube. All of these platforms, blacks have no impact in building, sponsoring, promoting, inventing, sustaining. The people who have been behind these platforms are Indians, Chinese, white people. No black influence whatsoever. But the people who are using it for anything but the good of society, their society, are the blacks. Look at what the blacks are doing in Guyana on social media against a country that has done them no injustice, against a government that has done them no injustice. President Ali's regime right now has done more for Afro-Guyanese than anybody else. The level of jealousy that the Ali regime has sustained and continued to be targeted by, it will blow your mind. It's like masturbating to your crush. Blow your mind. Ungrateful set of people. And this is what this sponsored devil agent Azruddin Mohammed is doing with taxpayers' dollars. Now the CCJ is going to allow him to stay in Guyana and roam around the elections coming. He's going to still be in the country. I guarantee you. He will still be in Guyana for the next election. I hope it's postponed. I hope the elections is not called while this lunatic is on loose. This madman. I hope the elections are not called. You can't afford to mess up the next election. We can't risk what happened in 2025. People are vulnerable. They are blaming the Ali regime on the fact that they are lazy. They don't want to take advantage, like these are small contractors, to in their own way contribute towards the development of their country. So what they do? They complain about the cash grants. It's too small. They want more. They complain about the fact that they can't eat 6 meals a day. If a man is abusive to his wife and she wants out of the relationship, they blame it on the economy. Then they blame it on Ali. You have these horny girls that are going to secondary school that have been masturbating since they came out of the womb and are fucking each other. They fight. They blame it on Ali. This is what the Mohammeds are going to be sticking around for, thanks to the CCJ. They would not bring a resolution to that case. Had Guyana not been a part of the system of the CCJ, we wouldn't have this issue, would we? We wouldn't have this issue. Forget the money that Jack Neo gave them. It's already, forget it. Move on from the CCJ. You have the majority of the parliament. Vote against it. Look at what CARICOM is doing. Venezuela already said they're not going to respond or recognize the ruling of the ICJ. They already said that. It was a waste of time going to the ICJ. Waste of time. Because no matter what the ICJ says, Venezuela said explicitly, they don't care. Their mandate is annexing Essequibo. They want the oil, they want the resources, they want to dominate the entire region, they want to take possession of Guyana. They said they want it, and they said they will do it. The ICJ can say whatever. Venezuela said they don't give a fuck. They show up at the ICJ with a badge, with a pendant with the Essequibo in Venezuela's map. So what are we doing? CARICOM is against us. Most of the world is jealous of Guyana's growth, envious of Irfan Ali. The only people who seem to have our back is America. America and Israel. Trust me. Say what you want about the Israelis. But if we lose their support, so we should drift towards the countries that are protecting us. Even more than ever, this is the time we need to stand with our true allies. Put pressure on the CCJ to bring a verdict on this Mohammed case. You already invested money in them. They're making money because of what you gave them. Put pressure on them. They can't prolong this on their own leisure time. They have no case that they need to say they're busy. How much cases before them? They can wrap this thing up. It's going to be a month soon. How long more they're going to prolong this? While Azruddin stays in the country using taxpayers' money to buy votes. That's what he's doing. Seriously, man. Folks, look at Guyana's history in politics. When have you ever observed any of the former opposition leaders sponsoring birthday parties for people, weddings, engagements, church services, cookouts? Since when? It's not a Muslim thing. It's haram in Islam. And it's definitely not an Indian thing. Indo-Guyanese don't go down that road. They know it's a waste of investment, it's a waste of money. Who does that? Indians invest in weddings because it's like a business. It's an agreement. It's an arrangement. It's like, hey, this has potential. It's like two nations coming together. You need to support that. But these stupid things Mohammed is running around and sponsoring and paying for, the ulterior motive he has, like he had when they were pretending to build houses for poor people, like 5 or 4 or 5 houses, was because they wanted to escape extradition, jail time, and to buy the support of the poor Guyanese who by choice, by their mindset, they were poor, not circumstance. They chose to think that way because they're used to handouts. He used the situation and got them, pressured them, made them feel guilty, and got their votes. He's doing the same shit again. Same thing again. Who's going to stop it? Aren't there certain parameters, codes of conduct that is expected of an opposition leader? Isn't it in the manual that he has received? This is expected of you, this is expected of you, but then again, he can't read. And the people around him wants him to look bad, embarrass himself. They would not read for him. I guess Odessa Primus is enjoying it because the free food is good for her. So she wouldn't say, hey, boss, this thing is not good for you. Because she metabolizes food fast. Her digestive system is so backed up, but the stomach metabolizes the food fast. So she would always encourage any occasion where free food would be there, paid for by her boss. And he capitalizes on that because he knows that he can turn it around. And after they ate and they're filled, he can say, well, my turn. It's something that men do. It's something that men do. You know the song they say, bare sex can't full gal belly. Gal want food and KFC. Yeah. What Muhammad is doing is feeding first. And when they're filled, he's demanding his pleasure. His pleasure is votes. That is an immoral act. But then he doesn't have a conscience. You want to do good for people, then do good. Why are you buying votes? Because you lack confidence. You know the Guyanese aren't interested in you. They want nothing to do with you. You are an asshole. So to get them is to pay for a birthday party here, a wedding there, a this there, a that there, and then you spew in all of these occasions. You have your people wearing the Win, Vote for Win t-shirt, and you get on the mic and you blame Irfan Ali for the fact that you have to sponsor a birthday party. Why don't you, these people who are approaching you or who are planning these things, why don't they think, you know, you're going to spend $1,000. I hear it's more. You're going to spend $2,000 American dollars for a one evening event of a birthday party that people have celebrated every year. Just to invite some strangers, wear some dresses, get a big cake that costs money. For what? He's not going to put money in their bank account because it's drained for the birthday party. But they spend all this money for the birthday party. And then the next day they're broke. They have lenders to pay. But in the case where the Mohammeds are, Azruddin is spending this money behind these people, why don't you give them the money and advise them? Say, listen, this is a lot of money for a birthday party. Put the celebrations on hold. You may not have a job, or maybe you have a job. You need something else to earn some extra money. Encourage them to start a small business. Support that. Say, hey, you know, extend your house with this money. Buy a big television with this money. Invest in somewhere that you can bring something back. You're going to have a birthday party, plan all this shit. You eat, you fuck, you get drunk, you shit. After that, the next day you're broke. Don't spend the money on that. Encourage your followers not to spend the money you're giving them with these nonsense. For a few pictures, but it suits you. I understand. You can make some pictures, post it on your page, and you get some stupid people to subscribe more to your page. And then they're like, oh, look, we need a president like this. You need a president to come and pay for your fucking birthday party. That's what you need. Well, I tell you, if ever Guyana is cursed, if ever Guyana is cursed, and they have to deal with an individual like Azruddin Mohammed, then you motherfuckers would understand what punishment is. Then you will know the level of fucking Haiti that that person will bring on Guyana. Oil or no oil. You don't want a situation to experience the opposite of Irfan Ali. And Azruddin Mohammed is the direct the direct opposite. Oh, he in the negative, because negative and positive work together. He's the opposite. Evil. Blood on his hand. That's what you're hoping for? You will have the opportunity. But fortunately, not in Guyana. You want to be in a position where you can taste the evil of the Mohammeds. You might get a husband or a wife or your kids or some situation you might experience where a character in that situation mirrors Azruddin Mohammed. Then you'll understand. This is what you would have gotten if such a person. Ali is building the country. Pick up a hammer. Get a saw. Get a shovel. A fucking cutlass that a PPP government is busy with. Do something. And for the Speaker of the House, the Elections Commission, please investigate all of these claims that the Mohammeds are buying votes again. That should be illegal. Investigate it, and if you prove that to be so, lock him up. Lock him up. Give him a vacation. Anyway. So, I want you to go to Amazon.com and purchase a book. Give it as a gift to somebody you know. Give it as a gift. Encourage your kids to read it. I can tell you, I can assure you, the book is different from this persona here. All right, I'm not cussing in the book. I mean, don't be a hypocrite, man. Why the fuck do I need to say that? Don't be a hypocrite, man. Don't be a hypocrite. A lot of you are more nasty mouth than I am in your daily lives. More nasty. Don't judge me. Fucking hypocrites. Oh, he costs too much. There's a day when some of you are taped or recorded as to how you behave in private, and it's published. But like I said before, all the proceeds of the books, the 3 volumes, and let me put it here, and the remaining 2, I should be having that before the end of the week. Every cent goes to supporting the work of the Durga Foundation. Every cent goes directly to the Durga Foundation's account. So when you buy a book, you're subscribing towards alleviating the stress and the pain of one of the persons, one of the families that we support every month. It is a tenuous task, and I encourage you to buy a book today. You have 5 to choose from. Anyone would suit your need. Give it to somebody as a gift. If you don't like reading yourself, just download it, give it, send it to somebody, or order a copy. It's delivered to your door, a paperback. Then you can have it in your possession. You can read it. You don't have to read it online. You can just get a copy delivered to your door on Amazon.com. Until next time, I thank you for your attention, and understand you share this live, share this program, subscribe to the channel, to the YouTube channel, to my Facebook page, TikTok. And let's build Guyana together. Let's keep the country growing, at peace, progressing, and understand that no other political party has the know-how, the expertise, and the knowledge to grow Guyana, to keep Guyana safe, than the party of Dr. Jagan, Chedi Jagan. The PPP. We have to stand behind the PPP. We have to grow the PPP. If you have elements in the PPP that you hate, keep it to yourself. We can't like everybody. But understand, when you prejudice the People's Progressive Party, when you boycott the People's Progressive Party just because you have an issue with Ali or Jagde or somebody in the party, those people don't represent the whole party. Their reign is short. The party is there to live forever. Don't allow personal things to cause you to undermine your own party. Don't do that. You have to stand for the PPP. It's all we have. It's all we have. You think you can go through some of the disappointment I'm going through? Your little thing is a joke. The bigger picture here is your country. Guyana needs the People's Progressive Party in government. Region 4 needs the PPP to control it. Georgetown needs the PPP to control the council and the mayorship. Linden needs the PPP to control the township and the mayorship. Every region in Guyana, every municipality in Guyana needs to be controlled, dominated, and run by the PPP. Until that happens, Guyana will fall short of perfection. We need to get rid of everything that represents Bornum and the PNC from all levels of government, regional, central, doesn't matter. We need to get rid of them. Send them on a vacation forever. So I'm encouraging you. The bitterness that you have with some elements in the PPP, it is just human bitterness. It's human bitterness. You're living in a great country. You are prospering in that country. Count your blessings and stand with the People's Progressive Party as a party. Until next time, goodbye.